And there we Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Witches and Wine. This is the show where we talk about witchy stuff and we drink wine. Clink and drink.
Clink and drink.
Clink and drink. Clink, drink. Where's that banner? Show it. Clink and drink. So, where are we? What are we doing? We're going to get to that here in a sec. I am your hostess with the mostest, Lola Stardust.
I am Sally Stardust.
And before we start the show, we have a little disclaimer that we'd like to do. It has been brought to our attention that some people don't like to hear others talk about witchcraft and all sorts of things when they're drinking wine because we get a little, hey, what's up? And so we have a really wonderful suggestion for you all. There is an X in the corner of your screen. Just click it and we'll disappear.
Click the X.
It's magic. You're a witch, bitch. All right. So before we get to the beautiful multicolored hair people in the back, I love this pink and green stuff. We're going to turn it over to my husband, my partner in crime, my high priest. Silenus is going to tell us about the wine we're drinking tonight. Take it away, Silenus.
So tonight I have chosen Chateau Rauzan-Segla. This is a second growth Bordeaux, so one of the top Bordeaux in the world. This is a 2014 out of the Margaux region. It is absolutely phenomenal. It is dark, it's chewy, it's earthy, it's complex.
It's chewy.
It is one of my top 5 favorite wineries in the world, my favorite region in the world for wine. And it has a really cool phrase that goes with Margaux. And this is why I chose this bottle for this lovely couple back here. The way they describe a Margaux is an iron fist and a velvet glove. It punches you on the way in and wipes you on the way out, just to give you a little bit of heaviness and then a little bit of elegance.
It fists you and then it takes care of you.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yes, as you do. There's always that.
Yeah. And definitely going to be on the high end for high-end bottle. We're going to run about $120 to $150 a bottle, so we're not inexpensive by no means.
We're fancy.
Absolutely freaking delicious.
We're highfalutin.
So with that, we're going to get over to why we have chosen this wine and these people.
And where we are, well, we are on what we like to call the sex bed, and I just want to, this is a huge motherfucking bed, and it is just, I mean, there's mirrors over there. But let's talk about the people in the bed with us. They are dear friends of ours. I met this couple about over a year ago. Instantly hit it off with well, both of you. But I met you. I remember meeting you. Did we meet on the same?
No, it
was like a couple days later or a week later. But this girl over here, her and I had found my really cheesy soulmate. Like just the songs that we sing and the cheesy stuff we say and do the robot at the same time. Yeah. So, and then of course her amazing husband. This is Tina and Mike Brandvold. They are the owners of Atomic Threads Boutique. They are the creators of the Bombshell Revue, the burlesque troupe here in Spokane, Washington. That's amazing. We're going to talk about that. They are the proprietors of the kinky House of Debauchery. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about so much, and we are going to talk about witchy shit because there is a common correlation with all this that we kind of connect with witchcraft. So welcome to the show. Do you want to scoot up?
Sure.
Let's get us all in here. Oh, we good? We good? All right. Oh, wait, we can't not have me in. I mean, Hey.
Unacceptable.
Welcome. So let's talk about kind of where it all started, which is your boutique, which started in
here, right in the other door next to the vintage boudoir.
Right back there.
Threads. If you look, the door
Yep.
is
The one in the corner.
So
that is where it started, my friend. So if you don't know what Atomic Threads is, what's your location?
1905
North Monroe. Did you forget?
No, I was making sure I wasn't talking over everyone.
You can talk. We all talk over each other. So Atomic Threads, how did this start? Like Atomic Threads is this great boutique, but tell us how it started.
Down here is our photography studio because she's an amazing photographer, and she had this idea.
I was a big girl and tired of not finding clothes, and I got tired of people not doing the cute things for bigger people, and I said, fine, so we'll do it ourselves.
Yes, and that's what you did, and you started it in that room,
Yes.
Yep.
and then you
For the
moved.
first year and a half, it
and-
was here, and then we did car shows and street fairs, and then we moved next to Baskin Robbins, right behind where we're at.
Mhm.
And then last year, we're big kids and moved over to the Boulevard building.
I know the big kids. I'm a
You
big
guys,
kid now.
if anyone here in Spokane, you've driven past the building. It's the old Triangle Hardware building on the corner of Northwest and Monroe.
Northwest Boulevard and Monroe. so
Now the
you can't miss
weirdos
it.
have taken over.
The weirdos have taken over. Thank God. So I
One of the
remember.
weirdest buildings.
I remember walking into this boutique because it was my niece that I was with, and I believe my mother. And my niece was like, "We got to go to Atomic Threads." And the last time she went, you were at the one next to Baskin Robbins. So she's like, "Let's." Oh wait, no. Like looked at the big building and went, "Oh, they've moved." And so we went in, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like fell in love. Went up, talked to Tina behind the counter, because if you haven't met Tina, she will talk to you. She's not one of those people
I
that's
don't
like,
shut up.
she'll just keep talking. So we just
Stories.
start. The stories do flow easy, and that's what I'm hoping is story time. But we got 6 people already watching. Hey, welcome. So yeah, we just started talking, and I was like, "I'm a witch," and she's like, "I love you, bitch," and then we burned everything.
You're not wrong.
I don't know. It's kind of how it went.
Basically.
Seems
And I'm like, hey, we're gonna watch dirty movies. You're like, I like dirty movies.
I know. And then so Atomic Threads started out as this boutique for it's pinup style, it's retro, it's for bigger girls. There's just, it's very great. But then Tina, with her ever changing, just always thinking, can you tell us about how this came to Bombshell Revue? Like, how did that idea?
Actually started in this house as well.
Yes. Did you do shows
Because
in the
our
living room or?
Our 1-year anniversary party, we had Gigi Spot perform on a 3-foot square silver box that I made as our stage in the middle
She
of
did
the
that,
living room.
and then we had White Rabbit with
After
the pole.
1 year.
And then we had on our 1-year anniversary, we had Gigi Spot doing burlesque. We had White Rabbit doing pole, and then we had Leslie doing pole as well.
Oh yeah.
So we had that as well, and so yeah, we crammed
How many people?
85 people into this house.
Jesus.
And we had like a Wonderland set where this bed is. It used to be a Wonderland set.
Yeah.
And so there was that. We had a photo booth in that, and then had the performances upstairs.
Yeah. So I mean, talk about grassroots, homegrown business. Like starting this shit in your living room is impressive. And so then you guys did your first Bombshell Revue show. Bombshell Revue is a burlesque group, but it's so much more. Bombshell Revue is. Yes, it's burlesque, but
It's cabaret.
It's cabaret, and you open it up for people to do spoken word and singing and bag and whatever your heart.
Pole dancing.
Pole dancing,
all kinds of talent on stage.
Aerial, yes, and it's such a hub for talent, and that's why I love what you guys are doing. We're huge supporters because we need this so bad in Spokane. We need a place that we can just hang out. Atomic Threads, the boutique, reminds me of places I read about that took place in London in the 60s and 70s, where they had all the punk rockers or the hippies and punk rockers would hang out at a boutique or a record store and that is where some of the best music bands and artists and same in places like San Francisco, and there was always a hub, right? And it was usually something else. It wasn't
like a collect, they collect there.
Yes, and so to me, it's very reminiscent of that, and that's why I like it so much, because I think Spokane needs a place, because you can just hang out in the boutique and just talk and
we've had people just come in and read, just sit and read and hang out.
Yeah, we could just stopped in just to hang out for a little bit just today.
Yeah,
while we were there, 3 other people dropped in.
Oh yeah. So Bombshell Revue. So then you had your first big performance at the Pin, right? Can you tell us about that and what that was? Because that sounds impressive.
It was me just swinging real big.
Overachievers.
Because an average show, a typical show, is like a 2-hour show. And it's like 10 performers, 10, 12 performers. We had 17 performers, 15 local performers. I had a drag king from Florida and a burlesque performer from Portland. And then we had a 4-hour show with 37 acts.
Jesus.
And we had to come in, set up all our own lights, all our own music same day, and tear it down same day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was at
busy day.
This was at the Pin, which is that not a
It is not open.
No,
anymore.
yeah.
So
had this huge show. Oh, did someone asking a question or making a comment?
Dee had asked us, curious what brands did you start with when you kind of first started?
Oh,
I started. So we
Steady.
Well, we wanted to start, and we had all of $2,500, so we had to do the best that we could for $2,500. That's all we could because we had no money. And so we carried Steady, Sourpuss, Kixies, and Pleaser USA.
I was so worried about Kixies, a $300 order to start.
Terrified him.
Hopefully they go. Well, they're still around. So
yeah.
I'm wearing Sourpuss right now.
Yeah.
I can be a walking advertisement because a lot. Well, it was so funny at the meeting yesterday. Barbie and I show up in the bat dress.
In the same one, in that dress.
In the Sourpuss with the bat dress. We have friends. I know Dee, who's watching, has dresses that I have. We have same thing. I mean, and if you're in that group, you're gonna show. You know when they say show up wear the same dress, it's like it happens a lot. In our
Alex, it's like Alex or Lexi Shackles with Bombshell, like the pizza dress. We have showed up so many times to different events where we're both wearing the same, and we're like, hey, or we'll be like taking a picture. I'm like, bitch, I'm wearing the same dress.
Well, and it's not just women's clothes you have.
There's
because there's clothes for guys as well. Where I wear a bunch of your liquor brand stuff. I really enjoy those. Sure.
So
and we just got Killstar in, so we got a bunch of masculine and feminine and a bunch of witchy vibes. So that's really fun.
And I want to talk about the witchy stuff too. But so Bombshell, you did the Pin, and then COVID happened.
Yes.
COVID happened.
So our group of performers still wanted to perform for the love of it. They enjoy it. So we took the pennies we had. We invested $8,000 into camera and video equipment so we could do live shows and stream live shows all through quarantine.
With 4 different angles. So we had a main camera, a floor camera, a side camera, and then an aerial above bird's eye view above the pole. So then he would run the music, and then the host camera as well. So 5 cameras. And then I would sit there and toggle between all of the cameras to like produce the show of what they would see on YouTube.
And is that on your YouTube channel? Those shows?
We do have some of them. Some of them had to get taken down because of music things.
Oh yeah.
But like we have all of the videos from all of them. It definitely was its own learning process of tech and delays and those things. Our very first virtual show, 5 minutes before we were supposed to go live, we had no sound. And that was not going to work. But then we found our way through it, and by the time we ended our last virtual show, then the next month we had our first in-person show at the New Space.
Yeah.
Which is, I believe, your first one that you came to.
It was the first one I came to, yeah. And then I was like, I went to the show and I went, I want to do that, which was so. Yes, honey?
I was saying, I remember you coming home.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't come home. You were texting.
No, you were with, with me at the
for the movie shows because you came and had seen movies and stuff first.
Oh yeah. That's right. But no, that burlesque show, I was like, I want to do this, and which was so good for because at the time I was 49, and I was feeling very old and not relevant in my skin, and I'm a performer. I don't know if anyone knows this, but I like to perform. And so it was just a place where I thought, oh my God, I can like be me and show this. And that's why I love you guys, because you really helped me make this year, especially in my life at 50, just one of the best years of my life. Just showing off who I am. And so
you
guys are amazingly body positive.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a thing that is sad that it took like so long for society to be okay with viewing all different body types, and I just it's always been a big thing. I'm
wine is good. No alcohol abuse. I almost knocked the wine over. Clink and drink to not knocking wine over. Clink and drink. I know you look worried. You're like, is she gonna...
It's like, it's not me.
You're not the only klutzy bitch in this group. So burlesque or Bombshell Revue, they have at their boutique a stage and a pole, and it's amazing. And you come see the shows they do every other month. Is usually like kind of like an open show night, which is expose yourself. And that's where they take in a lot of different people, whatever they want to do on stage. If they want to do stand-up comedy, they do stand-up comedy. If they want to take their clothes off, they take their clothes off. But then the other months are more your bigger shows. And those ones are kind of themed.
More themed and
more performers.
And we definitely bring in like bigger punching acts. And then we have our Back in the Bombshell show next week.
Our fundraiser.
It is on the
12th.
Is that a week from this Saturday? Holy crap. So yes,
that's the thing. Because you're gonna be one of my Barker bitches.
I am, yes. So I have co-hosted with her. I've also hosted and performed, and I just like I've done the door, I've done kittening. I just like to somehow be involved. This month I was like, I can't perform because I got a lot going on, but she asked me to be a Barker bitch. I don't know if you guys know Price is Right, Bob Barker and his beautiful Barker ladies. Barker's Beauties. So me and Derringer get to be.
Yeah.
I didn't know Derringer.
Madam Tina Ray's Barker's bitches.
I'm very, very excited. So I want to talk about so much. Let's talk about House of Debauchery, and we'll come back to this other stuff because and we're gonna
getting to my roots now.
Getting to what truly makes you to tick.
So
why we chose the wine we chose.
And why we chose the wine we chose.
This is a culmination of how we met each other.
Mm-hmm.
Being in a BDSM lifestyle,
Yes.
I was on stage one night doing a scene, service topping a fire, when she showed up as the girl with the camera.
I was the girl with the camera. Because I am not good at flirting and I've got very zero game, but I can be of service. And I'm like, hey, if you ever want your fire photographed, I am a girl with a camera and I can do the thing.
And you started out as a photographer. That's your.
It started out as a dog groomer, technically.
Oh, dog groomer,
I was
yes.
a dog groomer for 17 years, and then I went just before I got pregnant with Spencer. I started branching into photography, actually through Pacey's and Paddles Burlesque Cabaret.
Yes, yeah.
So that was where I kind of started, and so I've been doing photography for 12 years.
So they met at a play party, and these two came together, and out of that was born the Prince of Kink. I don't know, like
basically my brain never shuts down, and so I get the ideas, and then he's really good at being like, those are great ideas, I can make them a reality, and I'm like, boom, bitches, we're done.
Yeah.
Things that we do.
Yes. So House of Debauchery is the kink
side of
things.
Yeah.
And
so we consider a kink education and social club.
Yes. And can you tell us how long has House of Debauchery been around?
Just over a year now.
Well, it has been
open.
It has been open for a year now,
right.
But we started it because we were still living in the apartment. So it was 6 years ago.
Wow!
So
did you guys have a presence in Spokane?
He was more well known. I was newer to the community, but was kind of like growing into my own. And I had the grooming shop that I was able to be like, hey, I can provide a space. So I told my parents, hey, can I rent out the space for the Saturday? She's like, yeah. And it was after about the fourth party when I was just like, so Mom, I have a question. I was like, the exposed beams in the big room, I was like, in the big training room, I was like, those would hold a body weight, right? And she's like, yeah, they would. Is the party you're having this weekend, is it a kinky one? My. And I was like, I mean, how much do you want to know? Because I won't hide, but like also, don't ask what you don't want to know.
Yeah.
So tread lightly. Where tread lightly. Like you've seen the furniture leaving, the jig is up.
Yeah, exactly. So again, it's this small, like, grassroots, starting wherever you can get the space, and now they have this amazing building, and they have their dungeon, and you have memberships and
We do.
VIP or membership.
we
You
have
want
a-
to talk about that?
Yeah, we have monthly memberships as well as 6-month or yearly memberships that you can get. They include the variety of classes, munches, the social munches that we do. We have a variety of different shibari rope classes. We have like this weekend, we have a flogging 101 class. And so we get kind of a wide variety of everything.
We have a pup play night now every
For
month.
those that are doing pet
And
play.
we have a rope night.
A rope
Just
skills
a
night.
rope skills night every once a month. And
Yeah,
so we're
we got a
adding more
variety.
nights that the house will be open.
And we do adult movie nights, so it's 18 plus, and there'll be themed different kink vibe ones. Like one of my favorite ones is Professor Marsden and the Wonder Women that we got to watch together.
Yes,
I'm probably gonna be
Pretty
doing
good.
it.
And at the same time that was happening, you had a rope
I had a
class
class
going on.
because
It
while
was
over,
meta.
you look over and you're like, "Are we watching this while
We're
there?" I was
watching
like,
rope.
"While there's rope downstairs, yeah,
Yeah,
because I can
we're
fucking
doing
plan
that.
well."
So we're watching this movie, and it's kind of talking about how Wonder Woman started out as BDSM, and there's scenes where they're tying each other up, and then it hit me. I'm like, we're watching this, and down in their basement is a rope class, and I was like,
People get learning how to
That's
do it
way
safely.
meta.
it's so meta. Like, yes, I loved it. That was great. I
So-
love that.
We had a question. Have either of you two ever heard of Sapphires in Seattle?
We have heard. I've not been there.
Never
but
been
we've
there,
heard of
but
it.
yes, we've heard of it.
We
Okay.
have been to the CSPC in Seattle.
Yep.
Played
Yes,
there in May, and it was fantastic.
Yep.
We went there for a Femme Dominion, so it was a female identifying top night.
Yep.
But it was really great. We've gone to the Sanctuary in Portland. There's also another place we want to go in January called Sub Rosa.
Yep.
Is a femme-run dungeon.
And you're using terms that you guys use in this community, tops and bottoms. Can you explain to our audience what that is? 'Cause,
Yeah, let's explain
there's
some
some people
kink
that
talk.
have no idea what you're
Absolutely.
talking about.
So tops are going to be people that are providing the sensation, whether it be rope or an impact or
So
kind
like the
of-
other night, what we went through,
Mhm.
did you and I top him?
We did.
That was
We-
top. Okay.
we
See,
co-topped.
I'm learning. We
See,
co
we
top.
co-topped.
If you are giving,
Then
you
you're
are
the top.
topping.
Me
If
and
you're
Phil are
receiving,
learning.
you're bottoming.
Yeah, me and
and
Silas are
you
learning.
can be a bottom and still be a dominant.
Yes.
Because just because you bottom and receive a sensation doesn't mean that you are submitting. So
Yeah,
that is
correct.
where some
That's
people will
different.
be really like, I don't want to bottom for
There's
you
a
because I'm not
difference between
submitting.
bottoming, topping, and submission.
You
and
don't have
dominance.
to be a submissive to
Yeah.
to receive sensation.
Nope.
So
So topping is dominant, bottom is sub.
is-
In generic
is-
terms.
Generic.
in generic
Yes.
terms, or the giving and receiving
Yeah.
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 of sensation. And
Other terms, flogging,
Flogging.
fire play. There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a whole list of
There's a
things.
whole
a
list.
whole lot.
It goes on forever.
And if that is ever a curiosity, they do have FetLife, which is like a Facebook. It's kinky social media.
It's kinky
Yeah.
social media. Yeah.
And so that's the thing
It's
that's for those
really
that are
a
curious.
great way for people in the lifestyle to connect without using
Real
more
terms,
mainstream and
references.
still being able to protect like
Yeah.
their phone numbers, addresses, stuff like that. The
Yeah,
discretion.
But then
So you
also,
can-
if you're in Spokane and local, we have handouts at the boutique on the counter. So like that's always, you don't have to talk about it. You can just come grab and silently walk away. Or
Yeah.
be brazen and ask and we'll give you a tour.
Yeah, yeah. And there's people that are private about their kink lives, and I've
Discretion
noticed
is always key.
discretion
Well, yeah.
is very key. So yeah,
Respect and consent
Mhm.
is the truest term here
yeah,
Yeah.
in this community.
yeah.
And we talk about it in witchcraft and everything. You never cast a spell on anyone
So-
that's not willing to receive. You don't heal someone unless they ask to be healed. And any actions that you do, you ask their consent,
Yeah.
and then you're respectful in your manner. And it sounds
So-
like it carries over to your guys' community.
Yeah.
That that
Huge.
kind of connects us to. So you don't self-identify as witches, but you're very much. I call you witch adjacent. I call you because okay. So when we first met, I was like, oh, tarot readings, and we were
Mhm.
talking about that, and I kind of became your guys'
Spiritual guru.
resident
Yeah.
Yeah.
tarot reader for these two, and you've always been interested. So can you talk about your interest in the occult and witchcraft and how that really came to be? And
Yeah, like I've always had the interest and intrigue and curiosity never had the confidence nor the understanding of how
Or
to
someone that
start.
would help guide us.
And so always
That's
afraid to
what
say
you mean.
something. And so, hey.
Yeah.
Is that where I came in?
Yeah.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
Really? I just kind of thought maybe you had met people before that kind of guided you and
No. It had
Not
been
really.
things
I'm a
like-
guide.
It's stuff that we've always talked about, but
Yeah.
we never really practiced.
Because like even
didn't
in
really
past
have
relationships
a
when we had a
direction
partner.
or
Yeah.
someone that was an outside force that made it more relevant for us
Mhm.
to like, hey, we have more gravity towards this the way,
yeah.
and we want to put more energy towards this way, but now we have a how to put it.
Yeah.
And because we had partners who lived with us as we're
Yeah,
polyamorous,
yes,
and
yes.
so like we had talked about wanting to put more energy towards other holidays that weren't necessarily like Christmas and like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
such, because just trying to build new traditions with the kids and following where interests were, but then we never knew like where to start. So then it was always like, we could do this, and then the time went. I'm like, okay, well maybe next year we'll try
And
this.
then
We'll
yeah,
try
that's the
this.
other part, making
Making the
Making the
intentional time.
the time.
So, well, I just kind of had, I did not know I'm kind of influential. I'm kind of important, people. I have leather bound books and, sorry, what is, what?
I'm just playing along with what's going on.
What's going on? What are they doing? Oh, it's Nim. Oh, hi,
She's actually listening, so she's laying in bed, and I go, we'll whisper sweet nothings, Nim.
Nim. Nim's in bed watching us in bed. Oh, and let me tell you, this bed. Oh, did I almost spill? This
All right.
bed.
It fits 5-piece people nicely.
This is
Actively.
there's mirrors.
Actively.
Oh my God, this is and you have speakers, don't you?
It has the mirrors. It has the space for a TV and an 8-track player. We just haven't put it in yet. But heads fit through there nicely. It's also good handholds.
Oh, that's right. There's a hole.
There's
There's always a hole.
There's
always a hole.
There's always a hole.
This bed can hold.
Can hold how many?
15 holes or 15 people?
15 holes. 15 holes and a bottle of. I don't know. Why did that sound like a song?
You should not be allowed to
holes
drink
and
and
a
be in
bottle-
public.
And a bottle of wine. That's our song. 15 holes and a bottle of wine. So witchcraft, and so let me tell you something. The burlesque community, the kink community, and the witch community all kind of cross over.
The Venn diagram's a circle.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So it was kind of cool to meet them and then kind of meet others that were in the burlesque troupe with you. And then go, you're a witch, I'm a witch,
And other people that you knew from like years before.
yeah, that I had no idea that were performing or knew you, and it's just Spokane is small, but we
Spokane is very small.
And there's so much crossover when you get outside of the norm communities.
Yeah,
There's a lot of crossover in the subcultures.
because
Yeah, definitely.
we are looking for acceptance for everything that we are, and you guys really promote letting your freak flag fly.
Land of the Misfits.
Land of the misfit toys.
Be who you want to be.
Yes, be who you want to be. I mean, that is what we do when we find each other in witchcraft. When the witches find each other, we're like, oh, I can be this person who talks to spirits or doesn't think like most, Abrahamic religions think. I believe in this, and so there's always this amazing like acceptance.
Yes.
And that's why I am all about promoting this group, what you guys do, because oh my God, Spokane needs it so bad. Do we have any other questions?
Well,
just real quick, going back
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
house. So it's brought, it was asked about the Sapphire Club.
Mhm.
So Seattle has a couple
Ooh.
spots.
Oh,
Oh, did you see that?
Oh,
Empty over there.
Shut down.
I can't help it. It's wine. It's so good. Go ahead. Sorry. So
the
No.
Seattle has open play spaces for people that can safely go play. Portland has it as well. Spokane had it intermittently during play parties, and there wasn't a commercial place for people to,
or just a constant,
or a
constant
constant,
so reliable
eventually
schedule.
we want to be able to be open like 8 or 10 days a month.
Yeah.
Right now, we're at 3 days a month, and now we're adding 2 more, so it'll be 5 days a month. So people can come in and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just feel that you bring so many different people together and so many different walks of life. And
biggest key is the education.
Yes.
People are always curious,
and not just
to
in
learn.
Kink, in
all things.
Because
Yeah.
with the boutique, we've done art classes, everything from like card making and collage art, and we've had then into like the shibari classes and the different Kink classes that we've done, and then we've done improv classes, which was, oh my goodness, so much fun, and we're getting ready to do another one.
Yay!
We just, started.
And why is improv important for us burlesque performers?
Because sometimes all we got is sarcasm and a smile.
When shit goes wrong,
malfunctions happen.
Shit happens.
And you need to be like, you need to be able to like, on the spot. Adaptability, yeah.
Adaptability.
The first time improv is I want to before. The first time I hosted was a virtual show.
Our very first one.
And I didn't have, because I was also setting up the tech.
Yeah.
Which I was having problems with these cameras overheating and shutting off.
Yeah.
And so I had zero time to like prep for like questions and talk to the performers and like
because also we're learning how to
as
perform
hosting, right?
To a camera. We're not performing to an audience.
So I went into the night with knowing that the day was just National Masturbation Day. And so
do you want to know how many times he brought that up?
365 days
so
a year.
many fucking times. So many times. So many times. Like, yeah, when I'm masturbation, and I'm like, oh, my next joke, man.
Or saying the same thing. That was phenomenal. Okay, tell the different performers that they're all phenomenal, because eventually they're not going to believe you. So.
Well, and that's the thing is, it also gives people a chance. What you guys do is to get over that fear of being on stage. And I know for me, when I first did burlesque, my first burlesque act, I couldn't believe how much I was shaking beforehand. And I was shaking and I was sweating. But as soon as I got on that, this is before you had the stage. It was just the floor.
Floor.
And
the Nightingale stage yet.
Yeah, and before I got in the spotlight. But right when I did, it was like, for me, I'm not saying for others, but for me, that's where I'm at home. Like, you put spotlight on me, you play some music.
Well, it was funny.
What?
Attention.
What are you talking about? I am not a camera whore. Oh my God. Jesus. I don't want attention all the time. Come on, smack it, bitches! Thank you. Jesus Christ.
So, I am not a person who does performances very much. I don't mind public speaking and other things, but I'm not a performer. And I was actually got up on stage on your last performance.
Yes.
And
it was so fun. It was so fun. I got to slit his throat and suck the blood. It was great.
And then that was the first show that I was able to co-host the whole one, because I'm no longer doing the tech.
Because you're not doing the tech.
That's not fun anymore.
Yes. I would love to co-host with you. I think that would be fun.
Oh my God. That would be so fun.
That would be really
You should plan it for January.
We should.
The January exposure stuff.
And that would be really fun.
That would be
we
fun.
would have fun. Yes.
You could hit me.
And
that's gonna be dangerous.
Ideas, people. I want to talk about Kink.
It would be so nice. All night. Who's your daddy?
I know.
You are.
So
Go, Daddy, no.
So
Go, Daddy, go.
I love this bitch so much that I refer to her as Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
And she cannot come up with a response back to me.
No, it's because I want one that is good enough, and I haven't found. I almost came close though. I'm getting there. I'm so close.
It's happening.
I need a good one.
Just get you right to the edge, but just can't push you over.
Yeah, you're edging.
What can I say? I'm a girl that likes to wait sometimes.
I want to talk about. Oh my God! No, we're good. I want to talk about Kink, and ritual and ecstatic trance, and because I have heard this from friends of mine who are in the Kink community and are witches. I've heard this before, but I never got to experience it till the other night.
Mhm.
I'm an open book. Me and Phil are Silenus are very new to the kink community, and so we're baby steps. We're babies. But I would rather be. I'm so glad that
It's
we're
funny.
babies with them.
We're neophytes in that community, while they're neophytes in the Wiccan community,
And we're like-
and we teach each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well,
So-
because that was the biggest thing that I asked was like, I remember as like we had been talking then for a few months and
Yeah.
we'd gotten closer and like, let's be honest, we met in the middle of a breakup, so you got to see me as a freaking basket case, and
Mhm.
it's never stopped since. So, hey. Now you're in my life, and you just see
I
how
was
crazy
all,
I am.
oh, she's just going through a really bad
No,
breakup.
bitch, it's just crazy.
It'll even out. I'm still waiting. No, just kidding.
No, you've learned now.
Yeah,
You've got
they're
a
all
whole,
waiting on
you've
me,
got a
so
whole
it's all right.
cycle. You've got a whole year cycle. So now you've just learned the patterns.
Yes.
And so now
yeah.
you're just be like, okay, this is what this. So you'll just see how much my growth is, because my pattern is the same.
It is.
It just depends on what level of shit show it is.
Yes, it's just different levels. But we had talked about
Because I had asked you as far as like spirituality and finding that in kink, because that was something where kink was part where I really grew into myself and got to learn not just my kink side, but more of like my independence. And I got to learn more of an understanding of myself in a deeper level, because self-reflection comes with kink like no other.
Yeah.
And it's funny we're talking about this because some of our coven members who are part of the kink community have come to Lola and myself and asked us, hey, can we do some of this in ritual to help with ecstatic ritual for a different experience that they have experienced in where we didn't.
Yeah.
And so they've asked, they want to run a ritual and
introduce more kink to that
Sure.
ritual.
We've created that like within just
Yeah.
the way we've
I
done
know,
scenes,
yeah.
where we've done a variety of like rituals into our scenes and then like done tarot pulls afterwards, and it's very interesting to see like the before and the after,
then the
and like
after.
how much cathartic things you work
Yeah.
through, because like kink can be as sexy as it is, can be very cathartic, and it'd be very therapeutic if you do it right.
Well, after our session the other night, I got a pain that's been in my back for years is completely gone. Something that I never get relief from. And so the fact that it went away after you beat the shit out of me.
She worked
and you helped.
rough body plan.
And you helped. And all of a sudden my back was like, oh, all sorts of loose
it's so
member,
good.
And I was not expecting that. I was expecting to be
Well,
and a lot more
I wasn't
pain.
expecting
You're
to
right.
like fire on my nipples. That was a whole new
Well, I
thing.
enjoyed
I
that.
was
I
like,
very much enjoyed that.
That was great.
Yeah, very much.
I was like, oh, like that was out of nowhere. I was like,
but we have friends that have body issues, like body like EDS and just body like physical pain.
Yeah.
And will come to us and like he's done therapeutic fire cupping on them. I've done like grappling or like the like grabbing into the skin and like moving and like really like deep tissue massaging / kind of just jab,
yeah.
and using their hips as
jab,
like
jab.
punching
when
bag.
you're punching the IT band and their
but
faces.
that's what frees up all of like the pains that they've been holding in their body, whether it's stress that's manifested physically or however, and like that kind of kink and that kind of like deep impact can work the physical things into a better state.
Well, and for me, I know that I have had a lot going on in my personal life, and so having the fire and the flogging on me was I went somewhere because it doesn't take much for me to go.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting because it wasn't like it was pretty, you know,
it was
mild.
impromptu and it was impromptu and
I wasn't expecting to go where I went, and there was a point where I went and I went to a place to let go, and I went to a place that I have gone in my witchcraft, and so that was really it brought everything together for me, and I went, okay, I can work with this. I can do this.
Create headspaces, feelings, sensations. There's lots of different ways you can use kink to create the different chemicals within the body to get the effects you're after.
Yes, and it's a high in that, and then afterwards, I was so high on adrenaline that I was like, I was like, yeah, it was awesome.
You get vibrating.
I loved
but
it.
you have to remember what goes up
must come down.
It's like ritual, or it's like
Yep.
a drug high, where you have your up and then you have your come down.
Because we're very experienced in witchcraft, ritual, and drugs, but kink we're now, and to get that same kind of feeling, it was great.
Especially sober.
Yes.
Like doing that.
Totally sober. Totally.
I gave us a great comment and a suggestion.
Yeah, where are we at?
It says try using a bullet vibrator as a face massager.
Been there, done that.
Oh, that's
Now, was it between her legs at the time?
I mean, well,
yes,
there's different situations but so funny thing is like the magic wands, like the back massagers. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I started dating him that I ever first used it for what it was intended for. He was like, can I finish it? My back is hurting. He's like, well, why don't you use the wand? And I was like, the wand, and he was like, you know,
your back
he's like that. I was like, for my back, and he's like, that's what it's for. I'm like, why would you?
Okay, that episode of Sex in the City. If anyone,
I related so hard.
What Samantha in Sex in the City went and says, I'm returning my vibrator, and they're like, this is a back massager. She's like, no, it's not. It's a vibrator.
So,
yes.
We're also talking. So we've gone through a few. We had one through Sparks once.
No, I think the saddest one. Okay.
They've gone through a few.
We have a minimum of 2.
Stop this conversation. Just leave it right here, because I don't want them to any more of this. We just leave them thinking like,
just think on that. They've gone through a few.
Well, you can think about it this way. We always have 2 on the bed at all times, ready within reach.
Yes, well, that's good. It's like some people have their gun right next to them. You guys have your gun.
It's upstairs charging.
So
I went to use it.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
The saddest one was though, it's like, okay, single for 2 years, didn't have sex for 2 years. That is a long time for me. You should know that. Okay. Then I was like, I'm gonna challenge myself. How many can I go in one round? And so I gave myself an hour with the magic wand, and I was on 26, and it died right before. I was like slamming it on the end table because it broke. It's sad. And then there was one where it sparked and smoked between my legs.
Oh,
I was there. I was present for that one.
Get it away from me.
I've had that happen. I
repaired it the next day. We put it back into service.
Oh my God.
Them apart so bad, so many times.
I know how I've taken enough of them apart to know the difference between the ones that are good constructed. In fact, you
for science.
If the motor's in the shaft, you don't want it. You want the motor in the head.
You said shaft.
And
do we have any other questions? Oh, we've got Dee is saying blending kink and spirituality has been a huge part of my spiritual practice for years. Energy is energy. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Dee is one of the ones I've talked to about this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys have already been with the kink and the body positivity and the misfit toys. I mean, you guys were born to be witchy. Like, you know what I mean? Like the witchiness has always been in you. Mm-hmm. And so their store, which I love this about your store, they're starting to bring a lot of witchy stuff.
Yeah. And it seems to be moving well.
And is it selling good? Yeah, good.
And so like even blending the kink and the witchy side in, one of the vendors that we're looking at bringing in, because we do the shibari classes, the rope classes every month, is they have stickers and journals and like notepads, and they're witchy ladies suspended in rope upside down from a broom and candles on top, and like that's what the stickers are. So they're all like tied up in the witchy.
Oh, can we make that happen for real?
Okay, it's in the shopping cart. We just have to do, and yes, we can.
You and I have talked about doing a kink tarot deck.
Yes. I wanted to
but
shoot
with
one.
Live photography.
We
want to do live photography.
I wanted to do a tarot, like it's a book. Coffee table book I wanted to do.
Forever. That because some of the stuff you showed me with your kink stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the Empress card, or oh my God, that's Hanging Man, or oh my God, that's
my Hanging Man. I'll be the Emperor.
Hanging Dong. Oh my God, did I just?
You did.
I said Hanging Dong. Oh my God. Okay, so I want to talk about the show coming up. So the show, Backing the Bombshell. This is the second time you've done this?
Yep.
And,
We did it
this is
last
a
year.
Benefit show for you.
Yes,
It's a benefit
fundraiser
show. So
show.
can you tell us about this
Yeah, so
fundraiser show?
we're he's been putting together a list of the things that we are,
Equipment.
the pieces of equipment, lighting truss and the spotlights.
We have
and-
some old lights that need replaced, and there's some new spotlights we want, and we want to just up our lighting.
to up our
game,
production quality.
Yeah.
quality of the stage.
And so that's what we're trying to, all proceeds are going to go towards that. So we'll have a silent auction with 6 different experience packages. Mike and I are going to be auctioning off for a date experience with us. So that's a thing. We're just in.
So if we would have to pay double?
No, she gets to go out.
And that's November 12th, right?
Yes,
And how much are the
November 12th.
tickets?
$25.
They're $25, and you can go to their website, which I have right here.
And if they're not local, can they donate? in any way,
Yes,
shape, or
we
form,
have a
too?
virtual fundraising link that we'll be posting tomorrow.
Okay.
So the you can do custom amounts, and it's got different increments as well that you can do.
Okay.
And so we have the virtual, and we will be announcing all the different local businesses and artists that are going to be donating.
Yes, and don't you guys donate, because if you want to see these wonderful things happening in our community and bringing people together. And the thing I love also about you guys is that you are very supportive of other small businesses.
Yeah.
You're very supportive of other burlesque acts, troops. You are supportive of other kink groups. This isn't exclusive. This is about let's
About
all
community.
support
And
each other.
Like you were
About
talking
community.
about having a hub, and it's like definitely a space that we've done is like we have different small businesses and artists and other varieties of things like their business cards and handouts and such. So trying to promote as many things. If we get new people in town wanting to know where to go, or people just trying to do something new.
Well, you guys also have something coming up right after Thanksgiving.
Yes, Small Business Saturday.
Yeah.
Small Business Saturday.
And so
Tell
it'll
us
be
about
on
that.
November 26th, and so it'll be from 11 to 4. You will be there.
I'll be doing tarot readings.
Indeed, and so we'll have a lot of witchy, gothic, very queer, wide variety of creatives, and I've got a couple different local businesses that are going to join in.
And
as well.
DJs by
Electrograde
Electrograde
Entertainment.
Entertainment. They do the gothy stuff, which I fucking love. My gothy heart just.
Yeah.
I'm a goth at heart. I am like just very, very. I love all the gothy, creepy shit. I got this. Let me show this. I got this necklace at the goth fair last year, right? It's a. Spank the butt while I'm doing this. It is a scarab, and I know I love how.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
can ask questions.
You're like you
Consent
said.
was given.
Consent was given.
I'm on it.
So yes, you promote so many different. You promote so many different. I guess subcultures.
Yeah.
And that's where we come together. And my favorite thing is when I'm hanging out with you guys at the boutique, because the place used to be what was it before?
Antique store.
An antique store. So you'll get
And
these.
before that was a hardware.
Yeah. So you get lots of old people coming into their store thinking it's still one or the like the hardware store or the antique store, and they'll come in and they're like. And, right away, there's a mannequin with some rope tied around it. There's some satanic looking shit. There's like, and you just and you fucking know. You just know that they're in the wrong building. So what are we looking at? You guys looking at a comment?
Oh, yeah. Wesley gave us a comment, and I'm not quite sure.
Omni. What? Oh, mark of the, what? Brandon tattoo, right hand. I don't know, but hi, Satan. Probably someone that just wants to put things out there. Who cares?
Okay.
But welcome, Wesley. And yes, Satan is your friend. So you see these old people come in and they look around and they look so scared.
But then I also look at the dirty old ladies that come in, and
Yes.
I'm like, you are who I want to grow up to be.
Yes, and that's the thing I was gonna say is then
About
you
two
get the
more
ones.
years to be there.
You get the ones that come in.
I'm already in menopause. We got this.
We have some in common. I have hot flashes, and I like antiquing.
Hot flashes since I was 20.
Actually, after we left your guys' shop today, we went antiquing.
We did.
Yeah, but we go antiquing, and that's where we find some of our Kink toys because we collect meat tenderizers.
Meat tenderizers.
I was actually looking at a handful of antique forks and kitchen tools, and I was looking at it, I was like,
right?
See?
And it's because of you two. I was looking at it, I was like, don't have the money today, but
you made a mental no. You made the mental no.
Yeah. That's one thing. The House of Debauchery right now, it's open the first and third Saturday of every month and the last Saturday of every month.
Yes, and if you're if you are a member of FetLife, which I feel like I just need to be. Well, okay, I made an account just to look. I don't interact with anyone.
No,
I just kind of
There's
look.
a lot of people that do it to just see the events.
I'm making one, and I'm not a social media person.
Yeah.
I have Discord and just our Discord stuff. That's all the social media I want,
Yeah.
other than which.
Yeah, I just make it to look at your guys' events and just be like,
you can be 30 per investment.
And I also perved out on the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, you do.
You know who you are.
Everybody did.
Jesus Christ. Oh, such a dirty old lady I am. Anyway, well, thank you so much, you guys, for being on here. Is there anything else anyone wants to ask before we wrap it up? That's what she said. Okay. Oh, Wesley, thank you for being you right now, because I have no idea what he's talking about. So if you are interested in what we do, and you want to know more about why we do the things we do, first of all, you can donate to us. We are what are we?
501c3.
We are a 501c3 Children of the Crossroads. There's our PayPal down there. It is not required. It is appreciated. Also, we have a Venmo, as you can see. And if you are interested in what we do and you just are like, hey, I want to be on the show.
Or if you want to suggest a wine for us.
Or suggest a wine or a topic or a guest. Even if you're like, hey, I don't want to be on your show, but this person would be really good.
You can suggest comments on what her next act should be.
Oh, or that.
Our next act should be.
Oh, there you go. If you want
ideas.
If you want to do that and find out more about what makes us tick, then you can email us at
crossroadscoven@gmail.com.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That was crossroadscoven@gmail.com.
I want to thank Tina and Mike so much. We love you guys. Oh my God. We might, hang out on this bed for a little while.
Hey.
No cameras. Start.
So remember, everyone, be kind to one another. Always walk with the goddess. And until next time, blessed be. We'll see you next week. I believe we're having I think Liliana Blackstar.
I think it is Liliana.
I think we're having Liliana Blackstar do some astrology talk, which I'm very excited about. Yep. So, all right, blessed be, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye. Clink and drink.